Hello everyone! So today we are starting a new series, which is very exciting and very different for me because I usually really don't commit to doing series because I feel like you set yourself up for disappointment and boredom sometimes, where you'll be just kind of creating the same video again and again. You guys also know usually my focus on this channel is all about style and beauty, but today we are doing something a little bit different that I am going to call Lattes and Literature, and I'm holding a latte right now, or a cafe au lait really, to be a little bit more exact. Today is actually a beautiful day here in Vancouver. It's very mild for being February, and I thought we would actually take this video outside, so I apologize for any street noise you might experience in this video. As always, things will get better because I'm actually getting a new camera very soon that will have better noise equipment, so things will be improving as always. But in the meantime, I thought we would talk about some literature because I have read so many books that I have not told you guys about, and I love reading, and I love reading books that are well written. These are kind of going to be the parameters for this series, so I think it's nice to set them out straight away so you know what you're signing up for. And if you like the sound of it, make sure that you like and subscribe. And today we also have some seagull background noise to complement our little chit chat with our coffee. So grab a coffee if you haven't yet, because this video and then all the videos in this series are going to be about well-written, entertaining books. And what I mean by that is I really like reading books that are not too heavy, not difficult to read, and are just going to be all around enjoyable. So usually they're going to be pretty happy, sort of lighthearted kind of books. But that said, because, you know, I'm a lawyer and I write well, and the English language, I guess, is important to me. That sounds very serious, but you know what I mean. I want to read books that are well written. So I have to say I'm pretty discerning in terms of what books I like, and it's also like a huge kind of passion of mine because I find it so relaxing. At the end of the day, to take some time to read to me is like one of the ultimate luxuries time-wise, and I really adore it. I have always adored reading. That's how I ended up going to law school in the first place. So I thought we would start a whole series and a whole conversation about this. So I really would like it if this could be as interactive as possible. So, you know, watch these videos, grab yourself a tea or a coffee, and join me in Lattes and Literature, and let me know what your favorite books over the last month have been as well. The idea is for this to be as interactive as possible, where we get to have a conversation, because I want to get to know you guys more, and I feel like your taste in books and what you enjoy reading and the books that have kind of touched you or helped to brighten your day is a great way of getting to know you. And I feel like the books that I like do tend to be a reflection of like the lighter side of my life especially. So yeah, let me know down below any books that you have enjoyed recently that you think I would like. That way we can all benefit from the information, and the idea is that this will be a kind of coffee and tea book club virtually for those of us who like reading. I want to talk about a physical book first of all. I do have a Kindle, and most of the books I'm probably going to review in this series will be on the Kindle because that's just how I tend to download things. But I actually got this sent by the author. She's not sponsoring me. She does not even know that I'm filming this video. She just kindly offered to send me her book directly on Instagram. We just had a bit of a conversation, and it was kind of amazing. And these books are kind of amazing, I have to say, because they are like a more glamorous version of my actual life as a lawyer. The series is about a lawyer called Catherine Lambert, and it's about her adventures in New York and Paris. In the first installment of the book, she's actually working in private practice, which is very similar to what I do, and then in this one she's actually in-house at Dior. So this is the second book. I don't have the first one with me. So the author's name is Isabelle Lafleche. I will link all of the authors and books that I mentioned down below so that you can find them easily. And I have to say, like, I didn't really know anything about this series when she offered to send it to me. I just thought she seemed really nice. The book is so well written. I think quality of writing is probably my #1 thing that I look for in books. This is the second installment. As I said, this is J'adore Paris. The first one is about New York. And then she moves back to her home of Paris, which is wonderful. I feel like it's so glamorous and just such an opulent way of writing, the way she describes the fashions that Catherine, the lawyer protagonist, wears, and it's just about her adventures in practice. For those of you who may not be lawyers, there's plenty more to the books than just her lawyer life, but I really enjoyed the fact that there are little details about her work and what she's going through in her career kind of interspersed throughout the storyline. Of course, it's a frivolous type of book. It's not a memoir of a lawyer or anything like that, so you shouldn't take it too seriously, but as fiction, I think it really has a wonderful sort of detail to it about the life of a lawyer and her struggles, and you know, also some juicy things about her romantic life as well. So I think it's a very well-rounded book with a lot for different people, whether you're a lawyer or not, and it's really different as well than your usual chick lit, which I really enjoy. I think it's like kind of a cut above your average chick lit, and still has, as the front cover says, a fizzy and sophisticated sort of feeling to it as you're reading it. Very easy read, very quick to read as well. It just took me a long time to get through these because I've been so busy in my less glamorous version of Catherine's life that I'm living. So yeah, highly recommend this, and we'll be definitely looking out for other books by Isabelle in the future. So thank you, Isabelle, for sending me the book. I really enjoyed it. For my second pick of books that I finished recently is Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. I am obsessed with Liane Moriarty. I feel like it's not as fun to show you stuff on the Kindle as it is like real life books with beautiful covers, but anyway, we're going to try our best. So this is Big Little Lies by Liane Moriarty. All of her books are set in Australia, and she is, I think, going to be a classic author for this generation. I think right now her books are kind of jumbled together with chick lit, but there is a soulfulness to her writing that I think will become timeless, and I think she's going to be more and more well known as many of these books are made into movies as well. So Big Little Lies follows on after The Husband's Secret, which is probably her most famous one that's been on the New York Times bestseller list. I actually liked Big Little Lies even better though. I think there is a depth to her writing. So Liane Moriarty's writing is very much like an iceberg because it has that kind of like frivolous, fun sort of nature to the story as it starts out. There's a definite humor in kind of the life of being a woman that's often present throughout all of her books. Yet underneath that, like, you know, a woman's life, there's a depth to her books as well, where you find out about very serious struggles that a lot of these women are going through, and it tends to unfold over the course of the book. And there is a magic to her writing, and if I cry at the end of reading any of Liane Moriarty's books, it's because it has really touched me and not because it is purposely sad, because the books have sad moments and happy moments, but throughout there is a kind of realness to her writing that I think is really, really rare, and despite all of that, they're still really enjoyable, and they have highly entertaining storylines. So to tell you a bit more specifically about Big Little Lies without giving too much away, like all of her books, it also does have a suspenseful element. So with Big Little Lies, you actually start towards the end of the book, and then you wind your way back to that point in time. So it starts with the death of someone, but you don't know who it is or what happened. So you know that it happened at a parent party night for the parents of a school, and then the whole book kind of focuses around the drama between all the different parents and their children, which might sound very mundane to some of you. I don't have kids, so I couldn't necessarily relate to that, but in terms of the interpersonal relationships that the parents have with their own relationships and within their families, there is so much there that you can relate to. It's hilarious and sad and upsetting at different points, and it's just thoroughly just so enjoyable. The character development for Big Little Lies and for all of Liane Moriarty's books is very intense, so you really feel like you know these people, and there's something about her writing that really brings them to life, for me at least, and I know for other people as well because of how popular her books are. That is very, very rare in writing, and that's why I think like you should read all of her books like I have, because I think they will become classics, because there is just a quality to her writing that is very, very rare to me. Now, thirdly, we have a thriller to kind of mix up the genres a little bit. So first of all, we have a book of fiction that's at the intersection between law and fashion. Then we have a book written very much with a lot of attention to detail to characters that deals with some heavier themes, still has amazing character development and humor. And then finally, to kind of end this first installment of Lattes and Literature, I'm going to mention S.J. Watson's book. So the premise of Before I Go to Sleep is really terrifying. The woman protagonist in it, Nicole Kidman's character in the movie, goes to sleep every night, and then when she wakes up, it's like her memories are wiped. So she has a form of amnesia where sleep wipes her memories from the point of, I think, her early 20s onwards. And so she doesn't remember her husband, she doesn't remember what has happened to her or anything like that. And so with the help of a scientist or a therapist, I guess, she starts to keep a diary. Now in the movie, that diary is camera based, like my camera right now, but in the book it's actually diary based. So you're reading her diary entries from every day that she wakes up and doesn't remember, as she recovers her memories and what's happening to her, which is very terrifying. It's such a scary premise, the idea of losing your memories every day. I found really scary, but that tool for the author, for S.J. Watson, is such a powerful tool to build suspense, because essentially the diary entries are a very limited point of view through which you find out what's actually going on and what has happened to her. So it's just very chilling, the way that the author builds suspense and builds knowledge of what has happened, and you start to gain more and more awareness of what might be going on and build your own theories. It's very powerful, it's very poignant, it's such a page turner. If you want a good page turner that will really grip you, you won't be able to step away from it. Out of the 3 books I've mentioned, this is probably it. It's really well written. The author is expert at building that suspense and making you care about her and what happens to her, and I really, really enjoyed it. It's one of those ones where the ending is just like, it just blows you away. Whether you guess correctly for the ending or not, it will still blow you away. So I really enjoyed that. I love myself a good thriller. If you do too, then you will definitely enjoy Before I Go to Sleep. So, and that is probably it for this video. I want to kind of keep it short. Again, make sure you subscribe for the next installment of this, and make sure that you write down below all of your favorite books and authors currently, so that we can all enjoy them too. So cheers! Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.